Deep within the forgotten town of Ravenswood, an eerie presence loomed over an abandoned chapel. Whispered tales of sinister rituals and unholy encounters filled the air, leaving the villagers paralyzed with fear. The cursed chapel had been a breeding ground for darkness, and the time for its reckoning had arrived. Father Thomas, a battle-hardened priest scarred by his encounters with the supernatural, was drawn to Ravenswood by the tales of unspeakable horrors. Determined to vanquish the malevolent forces that plagued the chapel, he ventured into the heart of darkness, armed with ancient scriptures and relics. As Father Thomas stepped into the chapel, the air grew thick with an oppressive aura, suffocating his every breath. Ghastly whispers echoed through the halls, as if the tortured souls of the damned were trapped within its decaying walls. With trembling hands, Father Thomas began the exorcism, his words cutting through the darkness like a holy blade. But the entity within the chapel fought back with a ferocity that surpassed anything he had encountered before. Shadows danced malevolently, contorting into grotesque forms, while invisible hands clawed at his flesh. The demon's voice, dripping with malice, echoed through the chapel, taunting Father Thomas with tales of unspeakable torment and despair. The very foundations of his faith were tested as the sinister entity manipulated his deepest fears, plunging him into a nightmarish descent. The battle raged on, the chapel becoming a battleground between the forces of light and the abyss. The walls bled with dark ichor, and anguished screams reverberated through the corridors, driving Father Thomas to the edge of his sanity. But he would not yield. With unwavering resolve, Father Thomas called upon the divine power within him, banishing the demon back to the depths of hell. The chapel trembled, as if in mourning, and silence finally descended upon the unhallowed grounds. As Father Thomas stumbled out of the cursed chapel, he knew that the battle had left its mark. The haunting memories of Ravenswood would forever linger in his mind, a constant reminder of the evil that lurked beneath the surface of the world. But his mission was not complete. The last exorcism had only unearthed a fraction of the darkness that infested Ravenswood. Father Thomas swore to confront the ancient malevolence that had tainted the town for centuries, to vanquish the malevolent spirits that continued to haunt the living. Armed with newfound determination, Father Thomas vowed to unravel the secrets that plagued Ravenswood, to expose the malevolence that dwelled within its core. The battle against the damned had just begun, and he would not rest until the town was cleansed of its demonic presence. The last exorcism, Haunting the Damned, was not merely a story of a priest's struggle against the forces of evil. It was a chilling tale of relentless horror and the darkness that lurked in the shadows, waiting to consume the souls of the innocent.